What's up, Tiger Nation? Steve Leslie, YSNLive.com, your home of the Springfield Tigers all season long. Proud to be here every Tuesday night at the Tigers table. Cannot thank Melissa and Rob and Tiffany and Debbie and the staff here. They are absolutely fantastic every Tuesday night, but I shouldn't say that because they're fantastic every day supporting Springfield Nation athletically, academically, and everything they do here as a community shows. Shout out to them. Player profile, proud to be joined. Fans, give him a hand by junior running back, linebacker Dante Gentile.
Good to be here. Thank you.
How about that? That's one of the biggest round of applause that I've heard in a long time. Let's start. And I started with Case, and I want to ask you, and I say this sincerely, there's a lot of good running backs in our area. Antoine Gardner from Niles has been spectacular, but I will say this, there is not a better duo of running backs than Case and Kosick and Dante Gentile. Talk to me about that. I'm going to say dynamic duo. I think that's a good tandem. How special is that? You guys are best friends. You play linebacker, you play running back, and you're able to share. And I say share because in today's world, sharing is not one of the higher things up on the chart that anyone does. So talk to me about that.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I love it. It's amazing. And I think that me and Kaysen are two different types of backs, and I think that we can do different things well, and I think we work great together in different situations.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. You both worked great together. The cast is off, I see. So that's thumbs up for the cast being off. I want to know how the hell you ran the ball. I know you're left-handed, but with that big cast on your right hand with people barreling down on you, is it nice to have that off?
Yeah, it feels great. I just had to practice with ball security, my left hand a lot more, and hold on to the football.
Yeah, hold on to the football, which you do very well with Dante Gentile player profile. Let's go, family. You have a slew of people here, and I told you off air, you better not leave anybody out on a shout out or a thank you or whatever you need to do. But I've known your family a long time. I've watched you grow up into high school. I've watched you at YSU football games, watching your cousin play. Talk about your family a little bit.
Yeah, I got all my grandparents here, my mom and my dad. I got some aunts and uncles, and they're all always supporting me. So thank you guys very much.
Thank you. Shout out to all you guys. I'm going to say this. I lost my grandparents. I hope you realize how special it is to have grandparents be able to come to football games every week. And that's no disrespect to mom and dad or aunts and uncles, but grandparents are, to me, it. Like, they have been there with your mom and dad. They've been there with you guys as grandkids. So shout out to the Gentile family for all you do for Dante in this football season. Turn the game on in Florida Friday night, and I see guys running up and down the field. How good can this team be?
I think we can be a lot better than we are right now, and there's a lot of room to improve still, but I'm really liking what we're looking like so far.
I love the way we're looking. Off of that, let's go offensive line. And I say this all the time, like, everybody loves Case and Kosick. Everybody loves Dante Gentile. Everybody loves Shealy. Everybody loves Rourke. Without these big boys eating wings over there, there's not a whole lot of running room. Talk about offensive line. Let's go that route first. This could be, and I've said this from the beginning here, but I see it as I watch every week. This line continues to get better. How fun is it for you to run behind a great offensive line?
Yeah, it's amazing. These guys never get enough love, and I really appreciate it, all five of them. They always do their best, and the holes are always huge.
Yeah, I want to say I think sometimes I watch, and at 56, I think I may be able to get through the hole. And I'm not going as far as you're going, but I could get maybe 5 yards. But no, that's a tribute to you guys as an offense. I see so many possibilities. I see two guys that run the football very good. I see receivers that are very talented. I see Colton as a quarterback that can run it and throw it. Is this a fun offense to play in?
It's amazing. I have so much fun. Every single drive is more fun.
All right, so your goofball friend, buddy, best friend, he chose defense. Like for Dante, offense or defense?
I mean, personally, I've always been more of a defensive guy, but this year offense has just been my thing. I'm loving it even more.
Okay, so we got a split. I'll take that, a linebacker and a running back. Jackson Milton was a very good football team coming in. Going back to that game, you guys kind of dominated from the start. Talk about that a little bit. That's been one of the keys. And I want to ask you this because I truly believe this. When you play South Range and you play Geneva, that prepares you for the stretch you guys are in. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think I couldn't agree more. Those games, they're tough, and we don't always get the outcome we want, but I think they prepare us even better than any other league game could.
I love that you say that because it's not the outcome that was wanted, but I think the outcome that was needed is starting to take its trend now because you've played people in a higher division, a little bigger, a little stronger, a talented teams. And now you see, as you play in your league, you guys are the kind of the team that sets the standards for your league. And that comes to the schedule that you guys play.
Yeah, I agree. And those teams are always good. They're always well coached. And I think that it's great to have a challenge at the beginning of the year like that.
Well, there's another challenge coming to town Friday night. Western Reserve is a very good football team. We'll have it for you on ysnlive.com. If you can't make it, come on down to the Tigers table and have a nice meal before the game with Dante Gentile, excuse me. How excited are you to play this game?
I'm really excited. I'm always excited to play Western Reserve because they always find a way to bring the intensity. Every year we play them, it's always going to be a tough game, and it's always fun.
Oh, it's going to be a fun game, no doubt. Dante, we talk all the time. You get 10 guarantees. You get 10 games that you know you get a chance to play. When I sat down and wrote notes up, week 7, that's absolutely amazing to me that it's 7 weeks in. So for guys like Quinn and I that do this weekly, it goes fast. For a player, does it go fast or is each day kind of each his own?
No, I think it flies. And personally, in the moment when you're there at practice, you don't want to be there at practice sometimes. But when you look back now, it feels like it's been flying. So.
Yeah, there's no doubt it's been flying. They're 4-2. They will face Western Reserve Friday night with Dante Gentile. We're going to play rapid fire. I was told to give you some curveballs and ask some things that maybe your family wants to know. So I'm going to do my best here to get some trick questions. I'm going to go number 1 with this because you have great family here. When this phone isn't working right, and do you have a girlfriend?
Yeah, I do.
All right, so shout out to your girlfriend right now before we get this going. Name, what's her name?
Her name's Graciela. She couldn't make it here tonight.
All right, she couldn't make it here. Shout out to you, young lady, for all you do. That's a good start. But when she's mad at you and the phone's mad at you and you're having a bad day in school, who are you going to?
I think I go to my mom.
Love it. Love answers for mom. Shout out to mom, no doubt, for all she does in the Gentile family. That's a great answer. All right, Friday night, headphones are on. What's Dante listening to get ready for Western Reserve?
I think my go-to is Everlong by Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters. I get so many Foo Fighters, Quinn, each week. I don't even know who they are or what they sing, but if that works for you, stick with that, no doubt. Water or Gatorade on game night?
I'm going to prefer water.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a good answer. Like Kaysen, powdered Gatorade. He likes the powder in his Gatorade. Who in Springfield's football staff is in charge of putting powder in Gatorade?
I have no clue, to be honest with you. But
that's Coach Guerrero's first question that he's getting from me is who's in charge of the powder for your Gatorade? We'll get to him. He's okay. So let's go that. When I say Sean Guerrero, what's the first word that pops in your mind?
Funny.
Funny?
Always, yeah.
Always. He keeps things going. I think that's one of his strengths as a coach, obviously. And you said that there's days that nobody wants to be there, I'm sure. There's days of practice that but he's that type of guy that
Yeah.
keeps things in perspective. Good answer. Favorite college football team?
Ohio State Buckeyes.
Oh, God. As a Notre Dame guy, close but no cigar on my end. So I want to ask you this. I was in Florida with some Southerners that it's Florida State, it's Georgia, it's out. To me, Ohio State and Notre Dame are two of the best 6 teams in the country. Would you agree with
I
that?
agree.
Okay. So we're on the same page with that.
Yeah, I do.
Like the Buckeyes. I'm a Buckeye fan also. So talk about their running backs. Henderson's really good. And then they bring in the bull to run it, although he ran it in against 10 guys. So favorite pro football team?
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, my gosh. He took the double dip. So as a Browns fan, you're 17, right? So have you ever seen Cleveland beat Pittsburgh in 17 years? I want to say maybe once. Congratulations to you on that game Monday night. I've never watched a football game where a team never got into the red zone but scored 26 points and wins a game. So, no, Pittsburgh's a good football team that I think the AFC North's one of the best divisions in pro football.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so big shout out here. Shout out to your favorite teacher at Springfield in a class that you had him or her in.
I'm going to have to go with Mr. Dunn with personal finance.
Personal finance. All right, so let's go off personal finance. What does Dante Gentile want to do as a junior? You have some time yet, but what do you see yourself doing when you graduate from Springfield? Is football in the mix? I would hope so.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely thinking about it, yeah.
Okay, so shout out to Mr. Dunn for all he does for the Springfield athletes, no doubt. What's Dante do to enjoy himself?
Enjoy myself.
Away from football, what's some of the things you like to do?
I love being outside. I love hunting and fishing almost every weekend, so that's definitely a thing.
Here's a question, Dad. I'm the best hunter in the Gentile family is.
I'm gonna have to go with my dad.
All right. Well, we got to give Dad some love somewhere. I was hoping that you would say that. So shout out to Dad. I will tell you this. You have 2 great role models as parents, no doubt, that support everything you do. Are those special when it's away from football, when it's away from the high life, when you're just in that family atmosphere with uncles, grandparents, and your mom and dad? Those have to be some of the best times you like.
Yeah, I agree. And it's anything. I could talk to any one of them about anything in my life, and I love it. I absolutely do love it.
Well, then they love you too. I'm going to go to Vinny, your cousin. I was able to obviously call games on the YSU radio network. I will say this to Springfield Nation and YSU Nation. There is not a better player that puts on a YSU uniform than Vinny Gentile. And I know what he means to you and your family and the path that young man's taken to all his career goals, that he put football aside. To me, that speaks volumes of what kind of family he does. How special was it for you to watch him play at Youngstown State?
It was great. And Vinny's just a great guy all around. He's one of my role models for sure. I look up to him a lot.
Okay, no doubt. So shout out to Vinny for being a role model to Dante. Favorite part of playing football for you, what is it? What gets the juices flowing? Like, I couldn't play football, I'll be the first to admit it. I wouldn't want to get hit a million times like you and Kaysen do. What's the obsession with being in football?
I'd have to say just being with all my boys all the time. And I think we got a really, really strong brotherhood.
There's no doubt.
Team, and I just love it when they get fired up, I get fired up, and it just makes it all a lot better.
All right, so who's the guy in this Springfield football team that are you vocal or you're more hardworking? I would, if I had to pick, I'm going to say you're hard work, or is it vocal for you?
I think I'm a little bit of both. I love being vocal, and I love supporting my teammates.
Okay.
So, and then of course I have to stay personal and keep working hard anyway. But I love helping my teammates out and supporting them.
Well, they got great teammates, no doubt. They will face a very good football team, Western Reserve, Friday night. We'll have it for you on YSN. No doubt it's going to be one of the best games in the area, in my opinion, and a game for the ages and for playoff implications for league championships. Those things take place Friday night. And what I love about you guys is you're not looking down the road. You're looking to Friday night. Talk a little bit about Western Reserve and what they bring to the table.
Yeah, like I said before, they're always bringing the intensity. That's for sure, and that's what I know they're going to bring. And we all know, Coach Guerrero knows. So I hope we can bring the same amount of intensity. And they got a good backfield. They got some good receivers. So hopefully we can lock them down and get it done.
They're going to try to lock them down. I'm not going to say they're going to try. They're going to lock them down. I'm going to say that. How special is the Rock?
It's one of the best feelings I've ever had in my entire life.
Wow.
It's amazing. I couldn't imagine doing any other thing after a win than partying at the Rock.
Partying at the Rock. So off of partying at the Rock, this student section's crazy. Like they're one of the better student sections. Do you hear them? And I always go back to the opening night and South Range and the environment to come out on the field with new turf. That's one of the loudest places I've ever seen. Do you hear that?
I do, and especially when the kickoff team's out there. We just scored a long touchdown run or something, and hear them cheering. It's great to hear them all supporting us.
Talk about this junior group. I asked Kaysen a little bit. This is a talented junior group, sophomore group. Freshmen are having a good season. Talk about them now, because week 7, it's going to be week 10. The playoffs, you're going to go long, and that season is going to be over. Then you're a senior. You're the guy that they're all going to look up to. Talk about this younger group of Springfield Tigers.
I think we got a lot of potential coming up, and a lot of guys too. There's just so many numbers.
That's what Kaysen said. 20 in the junior class.
Yeah, there's a lot, and we're gonna have a lot of depth, and I think we're gonna be a really good football team next year.
Well, there's no doubt they're going to be really good down the road. But I'm going to end this with you. How far and how do you want this season to go?
I don't think it could be any better than the state championship.
Do you remember those? Do you go back and look at those runs by the Springfield Tigers? Does that motivate this group?
Yeah, it definitely kind of puts an idea in my mind that I want to be there. I want to be that guy. So I'm going to push as hard as I can and do everything I can every week.
Well, there you have it. From the dynamic duo with Dante Gentile, was with Kaysen Kosick. Fans, I can't thank all of you enough for coming every Tuesday night. How about a hand for this young man, Dante Gentile, and all you do for Springfield. Best of luck Friday night.
Thank you.
Have fun. Listen to Foo Fighters. Make sure we're doing that. And have fun at the Rock Friday night.